I see further beyond the horizon, Mandy.
Mondi.
Mandy.
Mondi.
Mandy.
Honey. No, don't touch. Don't touch.
No more crotch.
You can't say that. I'm sure that's not a word you can say.
A crotch is like a...
Stop.
No.
Don't
No,
explain.
no, 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 no.
Stop.
I have to explain myself because now I'm nasty man.
Now I'm nasty, man.
Crotch is a seamstress word, Amanda. When you do a seamstress, you know,
No word.
all of my custom suits that I get made. Sir, can I measure your crotch?
You know what I'm trying to do? I'm just trying to get back to the truck to my Sonic Coke. That's all I'm trying to do.
Amanda,
That's my goal for the day.
you're supposed to work on your immunity.
I'm supposed to.
Immunity. Is that like being neutral? You live in Switzerland?
I can't.
Immunity.
I can't.
Mutiny.
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 On the
In mutiny.
horizon.
In mutiny. Mutiny. And okay, you guys can tell we've lost our mind.
We've lost it. Today's
All right.
been a day.
All right,
Hey, get over here.
Acers.
Come here.
Come here, boy. He's doing so good. I've walked him. I've worked him. He's been everywhere. Been in the shop all day with me and working. We took a walk by the river.
How long of a walk?
I live in a van down by the river.
Stop. I can't hear this. Stop it.
Yes.
Where are we at?
All right.
And why were you in a tree?
I had to look beyond the horizon and over the treetops and see what kind of land we have before us.
He's going to get smashed on that road.
Smashed. Come here, don't get smashed. Everybody.
Hello, future neighbors, somebody just said.
Yes. Hey, everybody.
Tarzan and Jane.
We are on the 162-acre resort,
Yes.
and we have got till May 25th to come up with 40 people. Hey, Ace, you can't go towards the road. Ace, come on, come here. We're about 100 yards from the road, but when he strays that
Come on.
way.
Come on,
Hey,
Daddy.
hey, come here, buddy. Look, come here. Good boy. Good boy. Come here. He might be looking for a spot. Now, aren't you good boy, huh?
That is a good boy.
Good boy, yeah. Good boy. Now you stay right here. We'll walk here in a minute. We got to do a little introduction.
And you know what, Diana? We're glad to see you tonight. She said, so glad to see you tonight. And it's nice.
Stay. Don't bite me. Look, here comes the leash.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to keep you until we walk a little bit further deep into
Yeah.
the jungle, okay? Look at him lay down.
He hates that
Now
leash.
watch. And he won't get up now.
No.
No,
Watch him.
I will.
Bites at it. I
That's
will.
it. I'm done.
Okay.
We're on 162 acres, but we're in another spot, all right? Come out of our facility, you turn right, there's this an old farmhouse. We've done a couple videos, and the farmhouse is actually through these woods,
Right through there.
and you can see the chimney.
Can I see it or?
I don't know if you can make it out. No.
Not sure.
But all this is just beautiful land, flat land, all the way back through here. And this is a little road, growed up really bad. And I love this stuff because this is actually a road that goes out on Industrial Road, and there's some
Yeah.
guardrails that actually comes in. There's a culvert, so it's an actual main road that comes in on this property.
That's and then it's cleared out.
Yes.
I don't know why it's cleared out.
And I had been talking to a couple of customers that are really interested in solar. And I think it's a big deal because Lucas, who does our solar for us, he is swamped. Excuse me,
He
everybody.
is booked.
He said, I'm sure because of all that's going on,
I'm sure.
he is taking order after order of solar. My goal was eventually have our whole facility off grid, like the whole what do you call the factory,
Yeah, yeah.
and our round roof can accommodate all solar panels. So one
Right.
day we'll get there. But I had a couple customers call me, and one came here and asked me, said, hey, I want to have solar for my house.
Right.
Well, this is all pasture, so I will probably just get rid of all these brush trees. There's no big standing trees. Anything big we'll keep, but this is a great place for solar panels. Now, the only thing is, that's facing west.
Okay.
Day's about gone anyway.
Right.
So you're not going to get a lot of sun. It goes back behind that mountain. but you got sun up here till about 5 p.m.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
direct sun. In the summer, it might be a little bit more, winter a little less.
A little bit longer.
Yeah, it gets dark.
Okay.
But anyway, this is all beautiful pasture. There'd be a road coming in here. It's a gentle grade. Our property line, we have now walked the entire perimeter of this 162 acres. Walked every inch of the perimeter. All the pins are in location. We know where everything's at.
You did the last part by yourself. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't go.
Actually, it goes around up on that mountain, around and then straight up. So this whole valley is part of it.
Okay.
So let's walk a little bit.
All right. And Tim said on here he's going to do solar.
Good. You know, and we, even though we'll bring utilities in, we do have places on the resort for solar. I think it's going to be nice.
Okay.
Come on, buddy.
Now that's a good question. David said, now how much more would it cost to get the tiny solar ready? Or what do you need?
Okay. Hang on, buddy. Let me undo you. Let me undo you.
I'm going to ask the question because I don't
Go.
know if they probably didn't hear it.
There you go. I want to let him walk around a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that pretty? Look at that. See, that'll all open up when we come in here and
Oh, yeah.
bulldoze and make roads. All this low, but also going to be pasture through here, which would be beautiful sun for people who want to be in solar.
And look at the red buds. Why they call them red buds, I don't know because they're purple, but that's the red buds right there. They're bloomed right now.
The question was, how much is solar going to add to your home?
And to get it solar ready.
You keep walking closer to
Oh,
me.
well, I thought we was walking.
Okay. Well, I got to answer the question.
Okay.
The solar depends on your need. So, you know, if you guys want to buy your own solar and all that stuff and put it together, that's fine. We have Lucas that does and works for us, and he uses a midnight, I think it's called midnight charge controller, a few other things. So, solar is tricky because the biggest thing is your battery bank, you know?
Okay.
So the more the batteries, the more the money, and they're about $500 to $700 for batteries, and it depends on what batteries you use, you know?
Solar's not cheap.
No, we got a package that's about, I think, 8 or 10 panels, 250 watts each. It's a 240 volt system. I think it's 6 or 8 batteries, 4K charge controller, inverter, you know, all the bells and whistles, and it's about 15 grand.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and to me that's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's installation, everything included. But really, if I was to be out here and I wanted to run my heating and air, my mini split, and everything I got, you know, and I would want 8 to 10 batteries.
Right.
Now I knew a gentleman that had an actual room in his garage, and he leased the batteries.
Oh, yeah, that
From
is
a battery
right.
leasing
Yes,
company.
that's right.
In his room, he had everything. He ran his tool shop,
I forgot about him.
home, he ran everything, but the whole floor was batteries, and he leased them by the month. So that's an option too.
Ain't that something?
And they just kept replacing them, you know. All right, look up in here. Our property line falls way up, about halfway up that mountain. There's a road up there, and that's where our property line, and that road follows around the bottom of that mountain,
Okay.
goes around the backside, and then straight up to another road, a county road. I walked all that, all back through here, and this is just a little valley back in here.
And Dana's right saying this, is that it's so much easier to hook up on the grid. You just got to really want the solar or need the solar.
Yeah, think about it. You come in here, I'm furnishing electricity, all your utilities.
It's so much
Now I know people are thinking, hey, what if something happens, we don't have electricity?
Right.
If something comes and we don't have electricity,
Oh, it's pretty over here. Yeah.
yeah, that's a little creek running through there.
I hear it.
Yep. But it's a wet weather creek. It's not gonna run all the time. Now this land has been neglected for years, you know? I don't know, my thing is with electricity, a lot of it you could live without electricity
Yeah.
for a little bit, but if you're gonna live forever, you just gotta be mentally prepared for that. It's an inconvenient lifestyle.
It is.
You've got to really pay attention to your battery. You know, batteries will need to be replaced. Inverters will burn up. Charge controllers will fail. It's just going to happen. You know, my philosophy is, I think, just me personally, is I would like to live everything off of either wood, some kind of renewable, you know, gas or something. I know gas, you can't make gas. So
And you can get a generator they're talking about.
generators and stuff like that. So you got to worry about gas. So, I mean, everybody, you know what, if you really want to get down to it, just don't have nothing.
Yeah.
Go to bed like you used to, my dad did. There was no lights, there's no electricity.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, everybody goes to bed and don't wake up till next
You
morning.
ain't got no air conditioning, you lay there and sweat, and in winter you lay there and freeze. That's just the way it is, you know.
Who was it just said that? Angela just said, Randy and Amanda, when this is finished, people are going to feel like they're on Walton's Mountain. That's really cool, Walton's Mountain.
It is beautiful here.
It is really pretty. I've not been to this part. This is really pretty.
You know, I try to think about what you guys can see through the camera. You know, it's just so vast here when we look at it.
Oh, you know what Steven just said? He said, I used a water generator. What's that?
Well, if you have a stream, I'm assuming like a hydro generator, that if you have a stream or some sort of moving water that would create, and not everybody's got that source, but that's, I mean.
And then Mark said generators are annoying, but didn't we just hear, don't they have quiet ones now?
You know, I was at a home show, tiny home show, and this guy had a 110 house. He had a mini split refrigerator and some LED lights, right?
Yeah.
He put on the show. It's the last one I was into in Nashville.
Right, right.
Him and I were talking 5 foot apart. That generator was running, and we could talk without even yelling.
Really?
And it was a little bitty generator. It cost about $2 grand. I think it was a Honda. It's called a quiet generator. And it was just a low hum.
Really?
If you dug a hole in the ground, right, and insulated it, put a lid on it, and made fresh air in and out, I don't think you'd ever even hear it.
And Dana said hers is really quiet. How much was yours, Dana, and what kind did you get? I'd be curious. Well, that's cool. Boy, they've come a long way.
Just a little one.
Look, he's undrugged something.
What you got, buddy?
Oh, boy. What is that, a snake?
Amanda, look at this.
Just had a phone call come in. Make sure.
I'm green.
The one she got, she says it's quiet. She got it at Harbor Freight for $750.
Well, I'll be darned.
So you might not need something more than that.
Go. I was thinking a Honda was about $2 grand.
Yeah.
But they've come a long way in generators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look here.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Now see, if you walk back up through there, that's where the old house is.
Okay.
And this can all just be pretty rolling grass, pasture.
So anybody that's been here on the main road, that house, the old house.
We're behind it.
We're behind the old house. Okay.
And then this is an old road. And this is what I want to do. I want to leave all these big pines and cedars and all that, and I want to come in there and mow all the undergrowth.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll just have beautiful grass and flowers and stuff up underneath there.
It'll grow real pretty. I had another call come in. I'm sorry. I should have put it on no cost.
Can you tell that there's a road that way looking through the camera? Good.
You can.
Let's walk a bit. So this is 162 acres, everybody, and think about it. Right now we're looking at, what, 7 or 8? And look how pretty this part is. There's like so many personalities to this land. And all we need is you guys to want to participate, and we can make it happen. But I understand if people don't want to, that's fine. But it's just something I could throw out there and say, hey, here it is. You guys want to?
Wow, it just got cooler right here. Did you feel it?
Yeah, feel it. Now, this is a little wet weather creek, we call it. And then there's a really steep bank, right? And up on that bank, up on that hillside, or that ridge, is a road, believe it or not. There's a hiking trail. And there are roads all over this place. This little road continues back up to the head of this holler. And it goes back up here, because here's the steep bank and here's the road. You can see this is actually right here. Amanda, stay right there and I'll show you.
Okay.
This is what I got in my mind. I would build a little bridge across this little low area here, put a culvert in, put dirt in, and I would probably go this way, out over, and you guys stay right there. I don't want to get out of range. Uh-oh. But I would come up here where it's flat, And it's all pretty back up in here. And I could put a home right here.
Oh my gosh, how pretty.
And I'd have a driveway come down that way, and it comes up, you park, here's your home back in here, you level it off, and there's just home, home, home throughout the woods back through there. That's what I see. And it just continues all the way back into the back of that holler there. So if you got to go up a hillside, of course, you start back there and you have a little sloping long driveway.
Yeah.
That's why the lot rent would have to be $300 a month instead of $200.
Which is still cheap. My goodness.
I mean, this is a home site.
Yes.
You know what? I mean, that's what it really is. This is a home site.
And Dana was here the other day, and she took a sunrise picture that I'm going to share. That she shared on Facebook.
Now we're getting further away from the road, and you don't hear the cars anymore.
Yeah.
But out there's the pasture, and that was an old farm, you know, so that's why you kind of near the road.
Hey, are there turkeys? Somebody's asking about turkeys.
Hey, there's peacocks in here.
No, there ain't.
Yeah.
No. Are there peacocks?
Did you just hear them?
You know what? I ain't believing nothing you say anymore. Yes.
That's a pond.
There's a pond. Oh my gosh.
It needs some reclaiming, but look at the deer.
There's a pond.
Look at the deer tracks down in there.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool? So I'd get Yump in here.
Oh my.
We'd dig all that out.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, clean it up
I
and
didn't know
dig
there's
it
a
out.
pond back here.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that something?
It's kind of a.
Well.
But see, can you see that little bank up there? And I can see homes, not a lot of homes, just one or two homes up in here, man.
And you said, and she said, I think you said the first 2 years are free. Tell that again.
Okay, well, exactly. Our whole deal is if you buy a home from us, just the house, we'll give you 2 years free rent. And if you want to rent it on an overnight rental, we'll give you 2 years of no management fee. So that means if we rent it out for $200 a night, you get $200. Don't take any cut off of it for 2 years.
For 2 years.
And if you don't like it after 2 years, no obligation, see you down the road. If you want to stay, you want to sign a lease, you'll say, you know what, Randy, you were true to your word. You made the resort. You came with the roads. I like it here. I want to stay. And we'll sign a lease. If you don't want to sign a lease, we'll go year to year, whatever. Because you know why? I am so confident in the product that we're going to deliver that you will be stepping on your neck to want to stay here.
You got that from me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No way.
Liar.
Step on it. But you will. I really feel that way about it. And then when all you have to do is buy a house.
Yeah.
And on top of the house, I'm throwing in about $9,000 worth of amenities for free.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's only for the resort package.
Yes.
All right? What a deal.
What a deal.
I mean, it is.
It is a deal.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
Yep.
Look at him jump.
Hey, buddy.
He's
I
like,
mean,
look at me,
where
look
else
at
can
me.
you just buy a house that's about $30,000 to $50,000 under appraised value of any other tiny home in the country, and we overbuild, undersell, and then throw 2 years of free rent. Think about this. Y'all could come here and live on this property for 2 years, not pay a dime, except for your utilities, right?
Yeah, you buy your house. That's it.
Let's say in 2 years, I might want to go live in New Mexico. Well, you got 2 years to live here, save up your money to go buy land in New Mexico.
Because you don't have to put it on a rental program.
Later.
Later.
I'm good with that. You know why I'm so good with it is because I know within 2 years after this is done and you're thinking about leaving, we will have a waiting list to get in here.
Oh, you'll want to stay.
Yeah, well, if you don't want to stay, that's fine because you may have other plans.
But you'll want to stay.
But you'll want to stay.
But you want to stay.
Yeah. There are other customer of ours that are living near us or on our property that are buying their own property. I think that's great.
That's
you don't have to
fine.
stay in our.
Oh.
And if you want to stay here for 6 months and then sublease your lot to somebody else, that's fine too. I don't care.
Right.
I just know, in my mind, I know what we're going to do. I know what I have planned. I have developed land before. I know how this is going to work. And
what kind of pond? Is there water going into it?
That's a water pond.
Is that what you want to say? Is that the answer you want to say? Is that your final answer, Randy? Is that your final answer?
So, okay, everybody listen to what she said. What kind of pond is that? That's a wet pond.
Oh, well, is the water like? Did it come because it rained, or is it?
Her hands are going like this.
Is there water coming? I don't know. There wasn't nothing spring fed. I don't know what that means. Comes from the creek. I don't know.
Dig a good creek.
A mud pond. There you go, Dana. This is a mud pond.
It looks like a mud pond, doesn't it?
Well,
I don't know. I think it's just a wet weather, so when it rains, it fills up.
So it'll dry up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I don't think it will. I climbed back here about a year ago in the middle of, I crawled back here with Steven, I think. It was hot, and it was green, and I found this pond. He showed me it. And it was full. It was water up to here.
Well,
but it rains a lot in Tennessee.
Yeah.
We get over 50 inches of rain a year.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I wanted to bring up to you guys. Water is at abundance here. Even if you don't have a river, you don't have a well, you don't have city water.
Yeah.
I have learned this water collection from rainwater.
Yeah.
All you need is reservoir. They do it in the Caribbean. They do it all over the world. They collect rainwater. If you all wanted to, there's no reason here, but if you wanted to collect rainwater, you can. I actually want to do this, everybody. Let's say we build a road back there.
Yeah.
Just a road. And I've been thinking about this on this property. But if we build a road back here and we put no utilities.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right? None.
All off grid.
All off grid, and we slide your houses in there. If you want to live off grid.
No water, no power, no
nothing.
Nothing.
You're on your own. I don't know if you're going to get solar. I don't know. And I don't want to know. You guys are just like, hey, I'm not a solar guy.
Just go set a house down.
Go. I will do it. I'm thinking about going, if we do get this, I'm going to take me a little house way back in the hollers back there. Back in a cove where you got to pipe sunshine to it. But I'm not going to be in there during the day. I'm not going to be in there where it's hot all day. I'm going to be working and going. When I come back in the evening, I may fire up me a generator, right, and sleep that night.
Now, that's a good question. How do you do it with the T-deck and stuff? What do they think about
T-deck.
Like if you just go sit a house down, can you do that?
Shh, you don't tell them.
Oh, well, I'm too loud.
Don't tell nobody. Hey, you know what it is you have a compost toilet, right? Yeah, T-deck would probably may knock you out there, but somebody shouldn't have brought that up, Amanda.
Well, I'm not going to say who it was, so you won't be mad.
Yeah. Their rules, T-deck is, if you got running water to your house, you can't live in it.
Right, correct.
All right? I know a lady down there, just down the road in Bobby's been on the land for 2 years and has not got a sewer system and has had water to her house, and T-deck's never run her out of there, but they ran me out of there. I think it's who you rub wrong a little bit here and there, and who doesn't want you to do something. You guys ever had anybody kind of like not want you to succeed?
Oh yeah,
so,
exactly.
There's a few of them fellers around here that are, and fellers and girls that don't want us to, shine. That's fine.
That's okay.
I'd kind of move them aside and plow through them because I'm crazy like that.
Now, how far can we go behind you? Because I don't know, because we still have signal.
We could go really far. Come on.
What are you thinking, buddy?
It's almost like, when you go glamping? They got glamping?
They call it that.
All right, and they stay in them, and there's no running water. You know what we could actually do if we wanted to do that off-grid? Let's say there was 30 people that wanted to do off-grid back here.
Yeah.
We could put a septic system back here, one septic, right? And we could have all our running water off of the rain. So all we need is a septic, and T-deck's fine. That's all we need. And I can get septic permits. So if somebody was really wanting, if that took off, I'm liking the idea.
But you'd need a little cluster of people. You'd need a little group.
To pay for it. What happened?
He's staring at Look at him pulling it down.
But yeah, if you had a septic system, that's all you need, and T-deck is fine with you. You can collect rainwater, you can do whatever you like. And we could put a septic system at every little house. That'd be fine too. Yep.
That's an awesome idea.
Yep. A septic system probably is about $2,500.
Randy, he's all tied.
Oh, you tied up, buddy? Oh, he got it.
There you go.
Good. Come on. You know, walking in the woods will make you look stupid.
Oh, God,
All right?
yeah.
You'll trip over
It is
everything.
Not, you do not look cool walking in the woods.
Good boy. When I get Ace back in here and we walk anywhere we walk, I always take a leash off and he always follows me. He doesn't run off ever.
Look at all that moss.
But this is a beautiful natural old road. They got ditched on both sides, of course. There's the pond, and hear the water going into the pond. But that's just never been taken care of, Amanda. This is all silt that's been built up over the years, just washed up out of the holler. You know, you come in here, clean that out, and dig it real deep.
So the water's coming from off the mountain?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's coming.
That's where it comes from.
Okay. You can see where the animals have been traveling.
Look here, Randy, look at this.
That's a big vine, isn't it?
That's a big old grapevine.
Hey, I wonder if I can hang on it.
I bet you can.
Let's
That's
see.
a big one.
Ooh.
Oh, you oh, that's funny. Good Lord, your arms are huge today.
Massive.
You've been doing some push-ups.
Then I've been doing some rail push-ups. Railroad push-ups.
Railroad push-ups.
I took him for a walk today, and I went back on the railroad, and I went from toe to railroad, and I was doing railroad push-ups.
Oh, you'll have to do it next week, Randy. Not cool, Randy.
What's not cool?
Falling over at least.
I know it. Now look how it opens up back here.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it pretty how it all opens up?
Yeah.
See how the canopy's gone? All right, come here. I'm going to show you what I see in my head. I would love to do a Thomas Kincaid village back here.
Oh my God, yes.
Could you imagine cleaning that little creek? You park here. Amanda won't follow me.
Oh, okay.
You park here, have a little bridge over, right, over the little creek,
Yes.
and then have your house over on the other side with the little yard. I'm trying to sell this place, Amanda.
Is that what you're trying to do? Oh my goodness. I hear it.
Look,
Wow. Holy cow. Where'd that pop come from? Let me get over here.
I don't know. You know what? It's stuck in the ground, so it may
What
be
is
way
that
up there.
pipe?
I don't know. Lord knows what they've had here. But could you imagine having a little walk bridge over here, like a little arch,
Well, yeah.
little enchanted little bridge, and then have your home right over here with a little deck that overlooks this stuff, man?
Wow.
That's what I see.
Well, I'll be.
And then your neighbor, all right, let's say your house is here.
Yeah.
This is what I would want.
Oh, yeah. Cindy's little hobbit house, they said would look really cute over here.
Oh, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Tell them that's Cindy.
Look, and then you go way up here. I'm talking this far. And have another home here. Way away from that house. But enough you could probably see it. I would probably build the house and
Over the creeks. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
I want it over the creeks.
I'd put it up and water run right underneath your house when it rains.
Oh, so cute.
Definitely. And then you go back up further. So there, you know, there may be 8 or 10 people live up in this hollow,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes on even, as far as we've come, it
Yeah.
goes that much more again.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But no, I would definitely want my house built over the creek.
Now this,
That's cute.
there's nothing above this stream. Like there's
What does that
All
mean?
this, well, there's no home, there's no manufacturing, there's nothing. That water's coming right out of the mountain, right off the rain. There's no homes up there. There's nothing up there.
Oh, okay.
So that water's pretty clean.
I still don't know what you mean.
It's a clean water. Nobody's
Good.
pissed in it, Amanda.
Stop.
God,
Say that.
I don't know what else to
I
say.
don't know what you mean.
Oh my God, there's nobody up there.
Okay, nobody up there. Good.
So nobody's up there in your water.
Stop.
I'm serious.
Oh my God.
You don't understand.
Lord.
Look, I'm gonna drink it.
No, don't. Ah! What is the matter with you?
Oh, it feels so good.
You're insane. You know that.
Here, buddy. Ah. You want some water? Here. Okay.
I wish you'd take a bath in it. I really do. I wish you'd lick it right there and just drink it up.
Oh,
My Lord.
that feels so good.
Oh my God. Well, just take a bath.
Well, I would, but I can't get all derobed here in front of the world. Isn't this pretty?
That's pretty.
You ever just play around in the creek when you're a kid?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that cool? That is just so, can they see how green it is up through there?
They can see spring is here.
God, it's just so pretty. Now what happened is this water has not been channeled over the years. It's just been able to do whatever it wants, right? It's like letting him go and nobody put a leash on him ever again. He'll never listen to anybody. But if you take this water and you channel it, this here is good ground. What's happened, it's been spilling over up above here a little bit, and it's been coming over the banks and coming and making its own route. And so it kind of erodes this over. So if we go up and clean all this undergrowth out,
It's not been directed. It's
hasn't
not
been directed.
Mhm.
And if we redirect it up there or keep it in its path. Now, the road we were walking on, Amanda, can you see that green straight line right there?
Yeah.
That's that same road,
Okay.
and we could just keep walking up through there.
Ain't that something?
Isn't that neat? And this is just, what, 15, 20 acres of 160.
Unbelievable.
The personality is totally different here than it is up on the ridge, over in front of the
So
farm.
different.
It's just, it's almost enchanted back here.
It is so pretty.
Yeah.
Look at the moss on these trees. I was trying to show it here. They're like all fuzzy.
Well, when the leaves come in, it is dark in here.
Yes.
It is shaded all the
Well,
time.
and it's cooler over here.
I can already feel the coolness.
Yeah, it's really
Off
nice
the
and
water. The sun hasn't been directly hitting here all day, you know, so it's a little bit cooler. Everything's cooler back in here.
beautiful.
Yep.
I love it.
Let's walk a little bit further. Here's some deer track, fresh deer tracks. See the hoof right here?
Yeah.
Man, I forgot I got this microphone wet.
That'll be all right.
Can you all hear this water running? Oh wow, this is so nice back here. You know, it's a seasonal creek. It's not going to run all the time, all right? So in the dead of summer, it's probably going to quit. But it would probably run all winter, spring, and late falls when we start getting rain again. But boy, would that not just be nice to have a home lodged up against this bank, sitting over here. Would that not be nice? Look at this, man. If you redirect all this water, look at the usable land that's over here. Yeah, there's not enough water here to flood this place, you know? There's deer tracks everywhere. Wow, Amanda, isn't this cool?
Yeah, it's cool.
Ace, you smell them deer?
Everything's so pretty and green.
Yeah. So I hope that you guys have been able to somewhat catch the vision that I see for this, just this small portion of the property. And of course, I've showed you the other part on the left side of the farmhouse. And just those two areas are just still really not even 25% of this whole property. And we've already looked at putting, you know, this place could hold a lot of families, a lot of homes. I think it's really neat.
I love it.
So
here.
if you all want to participate in this resort, give us a call, give us an email. We're looking at, you know, the way, I've actually thought about this, everybody. This is just a thought that I had in my head. The only reason, you know, it takes money to put infrastructure. I don't have the money to put the infrastructure in.
Right.
So we have to sell so many homes. I'm taking all the profit, everything that I can out of building them homes, because we make a little more money on the bigger homes than we did the RJOs.
Right.
There's such a small margin of profit. So I'm taking all the profit off of these homes, putting it in right here.
That's why there's bigger homes over here.
Yeah, there's bigger homes. I think they're gonna fit better. They're gonna look better. They're gonna feel better.
They're gonna rent better.
So, and then I've had people say, hey, I want a smaller home over here. I would come over here at a smaller home. I wouldn't mind doing that, but you would have to come up with an infrastructure lot cost. So you can imagine bringing a road all the way back here, all the power, water, sewer, and everything that's got to come back in here.
Correct?
Every road's gravel.
Every road's gravel.
But it's a compacted gravel,
Sure.
and it's under a geotech thermal or geotech material that's just, it's a good road. I got to maintain the roads.
Yes.
As a property owner, I maintain everything. There's not a homeowners association. You don't pay $100, $200, $300 a month for the upkeep of this property.
That you do everywhere else. I
do it. I do it with your rent. That's what I do. So think about it. For the first 2 years, I'm praying that we put in good roads, that I'm not going to have any money to take care of the roads. So we're going to do it right the first time.
That's right.
But if you wanted to, I've actually thought about, say, hey, if you want a lot back in here, and I've got, let's say, 10 lots back in here, and if you wanted a lot and you wanted to put any house you wanted back here, we would come up with a lot cost and say, hey, it's going to cost you $15,000 back here. It's going to cost $10,000. That's just what it's going to cost to put it all the way back in here with 10 people, $150,000 to get it back here.
Houses.
Yes, yes. And we have designed these bigger houses because we have surplused a lot of materials. I have researched a lot of what we're going to do. We're streamlining our construction on it. It's a whole different philosophy and way of building the homes that will go on this resort here. So it's going to help us in our cost, all right? So it's those numbers I've been working on. If this thing goes and if people want it, that's how you can get here without paying anything for the lot. But if you want a lot back in here and you want to rent a lot, you can put money up and say, hey, I want a lot back in there. I'll pay for the infrastructure, and then we'll work out a deal of lease or something. I just haven't put my mind to that. And I know the salespeople and everybody's going to go crazy. Sam, Lynn, Angie, they're all going to say, oh my God, what did Randy talk about on the show?
Exactly.
And I just throw this out here. So don't let me think this through first before you call about it. And I'll let you know what we can do and what we can work out.
Exactly.
You know, I've also even thought about, in some situations, selling a lease. You know, over in Gatlinburg and Sevier County, they never sell land. They lease property for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50-year leases. And they put a price on a lease property. I've thought about that too.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't care. Hey, maybe this whole holler will say, you know what? We're going to have 15 lots back here, and we're going to sell the leases. It's the 30-year lease. And this is what they cost. Anybody want to do it? You can put any home you want back here.
Right.
So I'm open to all that kind of stuff, okay? And creative. Think about this. You come back here and you get a 20, 30-year lease for X amount of dollars, you're done. This is it. You sit here, that's your property. You can sell your lease too. You can sell it for 3 times what you bought it from me for if you wanted to.
Right.
You own this property for that length of time. Gotcha.
Love it.
And another reason why you sell leases instead of actually selling the title to the property is because when you sell title to the property, the road that would have to come back in here would have to be state mandated to where it would have to be 22 foot wide, it had to be paved, guttered, it'd have to be drained. It would be $500,000 just for the road.
Oh, sure.
But when you don't subdivide it and you lease your property or sell it as a lease, that really helps out in the cost. You got it. You got it.
Smart.
Are there any questions, Amanda?
I'm looking. No, I think we're good.
Good.
How about a 12 by 30 out there? You'll do bigger, of course.
Yeah, we'll do bigger. That's a big house. We'll try. I mean, we're not going to make the roads real big, but we'll sure try to get it back in here.
Well, a land stock for homesteading. What does that mean?
Don't know. I'll have to look into it.
And everybody just mentioned in here about Trucker Mike. So many
Oh,
people
yeah.
know him. And I told you about it.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Trucker Mike, everybody knows he's got a lot in the forest. He has a home going in there. He has been here to every jam. He's just been a great guy bringing stuff in. Always wanting to help everybody.
Made a ton of friends.
He is in the hospital in a coma, I heard.
Yes.
And he was in a really bad motorcycle accident. And so we all want to, lift him up in prayer and thoughts. And I've never met his family or anything, but anyway, what a bad time.
Very
being
sad.
There.
And it happened on, Maria texted me this morning, and it happened on 3/13.
God, we didn't know about it till now.
And what's so sad is Maria was texting him up into all through that day, up early in that day, and then she said they just quit texting, and which is cool, whatever. But she didn't know. She just found out today, and Dana and people like that, everybody just found out today.
Wow.
Several people.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yep. So everybody.
We're thinking of him.
Yep.
Because people, what I told Maria earlier, but this is just a text between us, is that had we not done this, this is a very hard business that we've done over the 5 years, and what the hidden surprise was, we didn't realize that there was going to be friendships, relationships, community. We didn't know any of that. We were just trying to survive,
build homes. Yeah.
And the hidden surprise was all these connections that people would not have made had not we started in the backyard and started making tiny houses. And and that's what I told her today. I said, none of that was planned.
Nope.
None of that was ever talked about.
Never thought we'd have I didn't even think about having a community or anything.
No, and then like Maria said, it's turned into a family. And we're talking, it's even people who never buy a house, who just come to the jams, or just love tiny houses, or just love off-grid. And they meet the same people. And what I told Maria that I found out with talking to people, and I know the other girls and the salespeople know this too, is that I had no idea there was that many hurting people. I didn't know there's that many lonely people. And I feel like that these people that come through our company and make these connections, they're people that have been looking for a group to accept them.
Yeah.
And none of that was ever in the plans, but it just happened.
Yep.
So, and Trucker Mike is a part of that, and so was everyone else that comes, and it was just a hidden surprise, is what I called it. So,
yeah, it was. I mean, I never intended ever. I mean,
never.
Really didn't even think about doing that. We tried that off-grid thing down there. I thought, because Lola had that property.
Yeah.
But then that fizzled out. I thought, well, that is not going to be until we got this land in Newport, and still didn't think about it then. I talked to somebody today, and because of everything that's going on in the world, she just felt uneasy. She says, I just don't feel connected. I got to have some solidification, in my life, and I told her, I said, this community is going to happen.
Oh, yes.
The infrastructure's in.
Yes.
The money's there.
Yeah.
It's just, let this pass here in the next month or two. It's going to happen. There's going to be 100 families. Right now, if nobody buys another, or nobody puts another deposit on a lot, we got almost 100 lots.
Yes.
100.
Yeah.
That's like 75 dogs running around here.
I mean, just think if everybody is like two people to a house. I mean, it's mainly one, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and just on that, you know?
Just on that alone.
Yeah, and it's going to be fun. We're going to participate. And I don't know what's going to happen in the world. Nobody does. You know, and we don't, and it's, I don't want to think about it. It is what it is. I can't change it. I'm nobody. I'm just trying to make a living like you all. And but we have a community here.
Yeah.
And I think sharing it with her and knowing that, it gave her some security.
Yeah.
Just by saying it. She goes, you know what, I just needed to hear that.
Yeah.
I want to be here. She said, I want a base place that I can land. And if I want to go, I can come back. And that's what she wanted, you know.
And have other, because listen, even with the people we have on the property right now, everybody watches out for everybody's house.
Yeah.
Everybody watches out for, hey, or if you're sick, do you need anything? I'm going to Walmart or I'm going to Lowe's. Do you need something?
Yeah.
People are already, it's already started.
Can you imagine if Trucker Mike, and when he comes out of his coma and everything, and he lives here, can you imagine what he would come to at his home? Oh my God, we would have food in his fridge. He'd never
have to buy food again.
People would be helping him and ready to welcome him in the house. And what does he need? And caring for him for the longest time. You can split all the care up. Everybody go over there for 30 minutes, you know, at a time. So that's what
a community is supposed to be about. It ain't supposed to be like you have your just little house and you just run in and then you just leave everybody alone. It's a community is a place for everybody.
Yep. And think about it. You're doing that because we're all in it. I think we're all of the same mind frame. We're, you know, most of us don't really have a lot of means.
Right.
And because the lot rent is so cheap, it's not even a thought in your brain.
Right.
It doesn't affect your finances.
Right.
You're free.
That's right.
Right?
You're right.
If you go buy land and you have to put your infrastructure in, you got to drill a well, you got to put septic in, you got to put power in, and then if you buy it already done, you got to pay more for your land.
Right.
You could be up to $15,000 to $30,000, $40,000, and then you're by yourself.
That's right.
Then you got a driveway, you got foundations, you got all this stuff that you got to do. That's what I'm doing for you.
Right.
Just by buying a house.
Just get your house and pull it in.
Yep. Or the deposit of $6,000. I'm doing all that for you.
Yeah.
And then I'm giving you back 2 years free rent.
That's right.
So, yep. Want to wind it up? We can walk out of here.
To wind it up. I mean, we can walk out.
Okay.
I'm walking here.
So I'm walking here.
Come on.
It's getting dark.
In the little dark.
That road's right there. I don't know if we could walk up to it.
Where does it go? I mean,
That's the same one we was on. It goes out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can walk up there?
Well, whatever you want to do.
I don't know how growed up it is. We'll stay down here. It's pretty cleared out, I know for sure. I'm gonna get over here so you guys can.
You can just keep talking as you walk.
I know I just walked through a spider's nest.
Oh. Better get you a stick.
I know it. It's springtime. They're rolling. Ow. Hey, buddy. There you go. You got you a stick.
Look, I got a spider stick.
I got me one.
I'll follow you and you can get rid of all the spiders.
All right.
Spider web.
I'll be the trailblazer.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. I want you to walk right here. This is so cool. This is an old turtle shell.
Yeah. It is.
Isn't that neat?
You hear that?
The frogs.
Somebody just called that a whipping stick. We always got switched. You got told to go to the switch tree and pick your switch. My brother got it. I got it once. That's about it.
I got it all the time.
Your mom whooped you all the time.
I mean, every day.
Well, you probably deserve it.
I didn't know my mom could smile till I turned 17.
What's she smile about?
I was probably leaving.
Come on, Pumpkin. You going over there? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go. You're going to go with me?
Isn't it weird how...
Oh, you jumped over.
Isn't it weird how the ground just drops right here?
Yeah.
Why that part of the earth is more dissolving with the water or something, it washed out. Now, all this is probably in that pond down there, all that silt, you know?
Oh, I love the woods. I love being in the woods.
Now, here's the old road. You see the old tree that fell down in front of it here?
Yeah.
So it fell down across it, and that road goes right up through there, right? And we still own this land. There's another road up there. That's the neighbor's road, and that's property line, but it's up there in the tree line. But that's all still the property that we own here, you know?
Man, it would be so
Or we
pretty.
would own it if we bought it,
right.
yeah. I'm claiming it. Look, I'm positively claiming
exactly, that's right.
it. Yeah.
Well, it's a good sign. The sales sign was already tore down on the yard.
Hey, I meant to tell you guys, the owners of the property are an elderly couple, and they have moved from here to Georgia. I think their family owned it for, I don't know, 100 years or something.
Yeah.
But you know what they did when I asked them for an extension? They said, oh, of course, you know, of everything. Excuse me, but they had said, hey, we would like to have a house on your property too. So when you do...
I thought that was great.
Yeah, they said, we would like to have a house on there too.
At their old home place.
They said, maybe we could get a discount, you know.
That's nice.
But isn't that cool that they maybe have watched our videos?
Very nice.
And watching, and they want to have a home back in here too.
That's something.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's great. You know, most people like to go back to their old home place.
Well, I'd love to have them here.
Oh, absolutely.
There's Chin Up Vine, Amanda.
Oh, yeah, Chin Up Vine.
Look how nasty I am.
Look how nasty I am. Oh, don't even get me started.
You've been yard working today.
Don't get me started.
Amanda didn't get her mower running.
That's the mad.
I can't walk too far, they can't hear you.
I know, I was so mad. I couldn't get my mower running, and I'm just aggravated. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. That'll be all right.
Can you still see through the lens?
Yeah, you see good.
Sun's going down. Good boy, Ace. Just now starting to hear the road a little bit.
Exactly. There's the pond again. Hansel and Gretel, somebody just said. Hansel and Gretel.
And Ace.
And Ace. Man, if we would have found a cookie house, man.
Oh.
It'd have been over.
I'd eat it.
It'd have been over.
But this will all be cleared and mowed and prettied and just rolling in grass and maybe plant trees and a vineyard. Got any, it's just anything back here.
This is what I love. I love everybody that has been on here and they saw the first time we ever went in the forest. They got to see the first time that what you was thinking about with the beach.
Oh yeah.
The prairie. And now they're seeing the very first of all this. Listen, once this is up and going,
yeah,
you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to have bragging rights on top of bragging rights if you get here.
Yeah.
I was here first.
Yep. Yep. You know, where do you go and get a live video of a future development and get to see every facet of the development going on and then be a part of it?
No.
You know?
And you know what I think too is that whenever I'm talking about bragging rights, I think a lot of people will stake a claim like, hey, they'll feel like it's a part, that they're a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, that it's theirs.
Yep.
You know?
The original.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may never ever want to get out of here.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know, they might want to say, hey, I want to keep my lot, you know?
Yeah. And just real quick, mention that about Cindy. Cindy's on here, Cindy Payton.
Yeah.
And mention how cute her house would look.
Oh, listen, her house, I'm actually waiting. if she'll move here, I've been trying to get her here for a long time.
I know. Cindy's went through a lot.
And whenever she says to me, Randy, I can come, I've already talked about flying her here, going to get her physically, picking her up, bringing her here, whatever she wants.
Fix her house.
We're going to take care of Cindy if she wants here. Now, if she wanted to come, she has let us use her home. I've lived in her house. We've used it for an office.
Yeah.
She's been sweet. She's been kind. So yeah, I definitely have multiple places that I would love to put her back in here, and somewhere in if she chooses. Now, it would look pretty back in Utah, where she's from too. You know, so but
whatever she wants to do.
Yeah. Yep. We got to take care of everybody.
Cindy's a special friend of ours.
Yep. You know, and I wanted to tell you guys, you know, we've got probably, man, I don't know. I haven't counted them, 14, 15 people living on the property now.
I know.
Living in campers, living in vans, living in a car, living in houses, living in, you know, renting houses, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And listen, you know, I work early in the morning till late at night. Then we do these videos every night. Then I see to my mom 3 and 4 times a day, right? I got to walk the dog 3 or 4 times a day. I still got to eat. I still got to go shopping and take care of all this stuff. And then on top of that, the people that live there have wanting to talk, or they're wanting, you know, information or something. And I'm sorry, a lot of times I just don't have the time to visit, you know? Like if we build this community, I love the building of it. I don't know how much time I'd love to walk back in here. It's just, it's just a lot. I love what I do. And I told some customers today on the phone, I said, listen, I don't get overwhelmed. I don't. I love what I do. They say, oh, you're so busy. I love being busy. This is just, I hope I'm busy till I quit breathing. Yeah. You know? But I'm calm. Inside, my motor's calm. I just like doing what I do. So I always can take time to talk, but you got to understand, if I don't text or don't call back personally for you guys or something, you know, that's just why. There's just a lot going on.
And too, you know, a lot of, I've never, honestly, in my life, of the 20 years that I've known you, I've never met anyone else like you. So some people, whenever they see all that you have going on, they think you have to be overwhelmed. I've never seen Randy overwhelmed. When it comes to work, when it comes to doing stuff, he's always up for the challenge.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And it's not a frivolous decision that I make. No. I mean, I actually sit down and think about a strategy. I don't want to fail, you know. I do want to succeed at everything that I do, everything. If I make mistakes, yeah, man, I'll make mistakes.
Yeah.
I ain't scared of making them, because mistakes will come no matter what. If you choose to get out of bed, you're gonna make a mistake. I guarantee it throughout the day. Don't let it hound you. Don't let it dominate your life. No. I know people, I know myself, and I know loved ones that the past destroys their future.
Very haunting.
Let's not do that, everybody. You want to look at mistakes? Look at my life. It's full of them. You know what? But I don't let it dominate me, and I keep rocking. I have made tons of them, of everything, from relationships to building roads to, you know, you name it. God, raising a dog, I'll make a mistake.
Listen,
it's just part of it.
Raising a dog, he don't know where he's at.
Right behind me. Right behind me.
Look at him.
Oh, look how calm he is.
He is ready for bed.
Oh, you can tell he's tired, can't you?
Listen, Hank never got out of the bed this morning. I never got that dog to go outside.
Look at him.
He wanted to go to bed all day.
Yep. Oh, what was I going to say? Something else, man. You interrupt me.
Oh, no.
I was on a roll, man.
Oh, you was on a roll, buddy.
I'll think of it here in a minute.
I know.
Come on, Ace. Good boy.
He's tired.
He is tired. Look at him.
Well, the vet said you'd kill a dog.
Hey.
If the therapist ever got a chance to look at you, they'd have told you you'd kill a wife, too.
Or more than one wife.
Oh, believe me.
Hey, you know what? Back when I was a kid, I had a good friend of mine, Joseph's dad, Foster. We were in a church. He said, Randy, let's sing this song. We'd sing it all the time in the van. We were delivering hospital supplies. And so I said, yeah, let's sing it. And I can't sing harmony. I always sing lead. And I never sung harmony before. And we sang it in this church. I couldn't sing harmony. We messed that song up so bad. And when you were telling everybody about me not getting overwhelmed, it's a peace like a river.
Yeah.
And it was so true. There's an old story. This ship was going across the ocean, and this guy sent his wife and kids from Europe to come see him, and the ship didn't make it, and it sunk.
Yeah.
And he lost his wife and children. And so when he went back to Europe, he asked the captain to let me know where the ship went down. And when we at that location, this guy wrote that song. It was Peace Like a River, you know? And he said he had peace like a river. And I think that's what I always tell everybody, when there's overwhelming just bombardment of everything in your life, that it seems like you're just going to lose it. You're going to scream, you're just going to run, and you just get nervous and all that stuff. For some reason, I always, not literally, but almost, it's like a decompress. And it's like opera music.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think I got it from my dad.
Yeah.
Dad was an old country mountain guy that didn't know how to read and write. My mom taught him how, and I told you all about him being in steel mills, and he didn't know nothing. Ended up being a supervisor at a steel mill and made his way up. And he was always, he worked hard, but he was nonchalant in a way, and he said, you know what? Don't worry about something you have nothing to do about. You can't change. Don't worry about something you can't change or do it. And I know that's so easy to say.
It's so easy to say.
Get in that situation and try to think that. Just like logically think, I'm doing all I can do. It'll all work out.
You're
and
right.
then his old saying, of course you all have ever heard all these things, he'd say, hey, you're never going to know the difference 100 years from now.
Yeah.
You know, and I heard that all my life. And finally, I think it's finally resonating with me, not in a way that you're just gonna not do a good job, you're not gonna try, but you gotta know where that place is that you can go and just rest in the middle of a storm. And I think that's what that song was about.
And I believe Cheryl's right, because I absolutely love this song, and I didn't know this was the same song you were talking about, but It Is Well With My Soul.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a beautiful song,
Yep.
and I've heard different versions of it.
When peace like a river
Now that might be a different one. You're
attendeth my soul,
I don't know if that's the same.
when sorrows like sea billows roll,
That's it.
whatever my lot. I'm way too high.
Wait. I think it is.
That's it.
It is well with my soul, right?
There is peace. Yep, that's it. I waited. See, as I sang it in the church, and we just fizzled out. You try to sing it, but
Can
that's
Foster
it.
sing?
Yeah.
Can he?
Yeah.
I didn't know Foster could sing.
Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well. It is well with my soul.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It is well. And that's the part you harmonize.
Yeah.
It is well.
I mean, there's a lot of versions of that song
With
that's
my
stunning.
soul. Yep. It's beautiful, man. When sea billows roll,
Ace is tired.
it is well. It is well with my soul. Yep, it is well, everybody. There's peace. You know what? That's a great song. You know, look that up. Lord, I destroyed it. But look that up tonight. You guys on YouTube, it may really help you out tonight. You know, this is a really hard time for everybody. There's a lot of people scared. A lot of people don't know what to do. We're hearing a lot of things and don't know where to go with a lot of stuff. But you know what? It is well. There's peace. There is peace, you know, in my soul. And you have to put your mind somewhere. You have to put your spirit somewhere. You have to believe in something, you know? Hey, buddy. Come here. Let me put this leash on you. Come here. Good boy. You ready to go to the truck? There is peace like a river attendeth my way. Ready?
Yep.
Where sorrow like sea billows roll. Come on, buddy. Jump over that picker. All right. Come on. Look at him.
I had to put it down for him.
Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well. Whatever my lot, whatever it is, whatever comes my way, cancer, car wreck, lost a loved one, man, that's hard stuff. It is well with my soul. You talking about strong, man. You're titanium. Make peace with this world you all are in. Nothing can hurt you.
You know what I watched last night?
What?
You know, there's a few people that I'll get on Facebook like at 2 or 3 in the morning, and they'll say, "What are you doing up so late?" And they're up late too.
Watch this mud. Yeah. Here, let me stop because they can't hear you.
Yep. Let me get through this mud. And anyway, last night I was watching about Patrick Swayze and his wife. And it just had a beautiful love story. Very tragic with him dying. But he fought it for 2 years. And, you know, that was something she had to go through. I watched her talk about it. And it was just, they were married 34 years.
Aw.
And they met when she was 14.
Good night.
Yeah, 14. And they got married. She was 19, he was 22. And they were
Well.
with each other 34 years. And it's just very sad. It was very, you could tell it was so, she said she did not know that she could hurt that bad.
God bless
and she did
man.
not know how much that he was in every fiber of everything in her life. And it was just very hard. So talking about, I mean, that's a hit.
That's a
and
hit.
he thought he would make it.
That's a hit.
That's
man.
what I say. He kept positive, and he went through some terrible stuff, and he thought he would make it, and it was like over 2 years, and then it took him.
Wow.
Yeah. So everybody, doesn't matter if you got a lot of money
no,
or not.
No. It's gonna hit you, man.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's why, you know what Amanda said?
What?
Smoke them while you got them.
It's good to have friends, and it's good to have family, and to help you through all that stuff. So.
Smoke them while you got them, everybody.
Yeah, and just to make, Donna just said, Donna that's going to be coming to us, she went through that loss.
Wow.
And that is horrible.
Good, man.
A lot of hurting people.
When peace like a river attendeth my way.
Now we're at the road.
Yep.
And down here's the shop. Tell them that.
Can you see that down there? Right when that car passes.
Yeah.
Good boy. Sit right there. Sit right there. Good boy. You stay.
I'll let you drive.
Okay.
I don't want to pull out on the road.
All right. You're going to stay right there with him?
All right. Yeah. Hi, Punky. Hi, buddy.
Man, we're still going, ain't we?
Mm-hmm.
You gave me the keys, didn't you?
Yeah.
You don't get any more real than this, do you?
No.
This is beautiful. There you go. I can't believe you still got picture.
I can't either. And right down here's the shop. Look, you can see the shop from here.
You turn the lights out? No, can't do it.
We're that close to
Can
it.
you see the mountains behind the shop?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those are the Smoky Mountains, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It is beautiful. Yep. If you get up on the ridge on that 162 acres, you can see the shop. And that's why I want to actually put
They
some...
said, let's drive to the shop.
I want to put some stilt homes over here at the shop up in the woods. And people, we can have actually stilt homes above the tree line eventually, too.
I'm trying to hold it still. It's...
Listen, the imagination just won't quit, will it?
Honey, tiny home. Here's incredible tiny home.
Yeah. Buy me one.
Buy me a tiny home.
Okay, honey, I'll buy you one.
Build me one.
You want one for each foot?
I do.
Okay.
One for me and one for you, far, far away.
Fine with me.
Far, far away.
Everybody, thanks
Dear
for
God, make me a bird. Fly
thanks for
far,
watching.
Far away.
If I can keep Amanda quiet, I'll sign off. Everybody have a great night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking a little walk with us in the woods, and we're back here, and it is a Saturday night. Hey, I want to tell you, Mom's doing good. She told everybody today I don't feed her.
She always tells everybody you don't feed her.
I was with her for 2 hours today, and then I said, Mom, I got to go walk Ace. I put her back in the house because she was in the shop, and then I got a text from people saying, your mom's out here, she's hungry. No, you haven't fed her.
Your mom always tells people that
I don't feed her.
Don't feed her. She don't go anywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, she's got a little sniffle. I hope she's okay with that, but she's been doing really well, doing good. I can't believe 90. She just dropped the whole camera. You know what's weird? There's people that live here that are watching this show right now, and they see us walking out here. They know that we're here, and it's just, sometimes it's kind of uncomfortable.
Is it? I don't even.
For me, it is. Like, when I'm out here acting a fool, and then people are just standing there watching you, it's like there's a real live audience, Yeah.
That's so funny.
So, everybody, wow. Can you get that moon up there?
Look how beautiful it is tonight.
Ah.
That's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at there. There's the moon.
Come here.
Hi,
Come here.
Is that the space station?
Space station? No, I think that's the
North Star. Where's the space?
That's a.
Am I not supposed to say that?
That's an Amanda star.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice to say. You're just saying that because I'm about to leave.
I'm about to shoot it out of the sky.
No, that sounds about right there. That's about right.
Yes.
Aw.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good night, everybody.
Good night. You know what? I'm going to try to come back on tomorrow for you guys. I like coming on. There's this stuff I like to share with you.
Oh,
but
it's Venus. Travis said that's the moon and Venus.
Venus.
So we can see Venus.
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Travis, I love Travis. Hope he moves here. He knows everything.
Travis is very, he knows
He's on it,
stuff,
man.
And he knows all that. I like all that space stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. Then where's the space station?
Hey, did you know, real quick, but did you know, I like space too, but I heard this guy once said, there is a star that they found this star, right? Mm-hmm. That if you get in a rocket ship that flies at the speed of light,
okay.
that's 186,000 miles in a second.
What?
186,000 miles in 1 second. So you go 1,001, it just traveled 186,000 miles. So if you get in a spaceship and you travel at the speed of light for 350 million years. So back when the dinosaurs was just made, right? So you travel 350 million years, you get out of the spaceship, and there's a star. The star, that star that they found, is take the sun, and you could put 1 million Earths in the sun. Now take the size of the sun, that's 1 million times the size of the Earth, and put a 2-foot wall around the whole perimeter of Texas, and fill the whole state of Texas with the size of the sun, right? That's the size of that star.
My God.
And it's 350 million light years away, and you know what? We weren't even out of our neighborhood yet.
Wow.
Tell me there ain't something going on.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And there's
so much
billions of stars and billions of galaxies, billions of black holes, and inside of black holes, there's more billions of satellites, more universes and galaxies. So everybody, I feel, when I think about that, I think somebody loves us. You know what? I think there's somebody out there that really cares about us, because this just ain't for chance. This is too delicate of a situation. That's how I choose to believe. On that note, y'all have a good night. Have a great weekend. It's Saturday night. Hope you do something fun, something that makes you laugh. Enjoy your evening, and we'll try to come back tomorrow sometime, all right? I'll see you. What do you think, buddy? You ready? boy.